Thank you for contacting CrowdStrike support. CrowdStrike is aware of reports of crashes on Windows hosts related to the Falcon sensor. Please monitor the status via the check alert on our customer support portal.
Arrived in Paris this morning and went to go get my accreditation validated, but been told no, pretty much. So I've come here to this media centre and been told the same thing as well. So yeah, no accreditation. They can't issue any accreditation or anything for I don't know how long. Could be the whole day.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus a so-called black man. And while you were at sleep overnight, there was a global outage affecting many sectors across the globe, okay? Such as what? Flights, in other countries, banks in other countries, the media and offices. So a lot of businesses were affected in this global outage, this global internet outage, due to what they are calling a bug in the system, okay? And it happened overnight, while we were asleep here in America, okay? Other countries around the world was impacted by this global internet outage, okay? And, the U.S. session or the U.S. market, the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange is the last major market that come online. So, who knows what type of impact it's going to have on the New York Stock Exchange, okay? Because I'm pretty sure they did not factor this into the stock exchange before it happened overnight, okay? So this can have a profound impact across the board, all right? So let's read a little bit about this article. It says, breaking, global internet outage grounds flights, banks, media, and offices affected. Okay? And we just, seen a little video that people were calling in and was getting that message, okay? You heard what he said. When you get that message and you try to call Microsoft help Windows or whatever, they give you the best information they can, but it's not enough. Same thing. It says a global internet outage is impacting numerous companies and organizations worldwide. Airlines, banks, media, outlets, and offices were affected, but it is still uncertain what is causing it. And they eventually found out, the CEO of this company found out that it was a bug, okay? It says, on Friday morning, the Federal Aviation Administration said all flights from several major U.S. airlines, including Delta, United, and American Airlines, were grounded due to a communication problem. This ground stopped impacts all flights regardless of their destinations. So there was a lot of people that were impacted on this internet outage, okay, due to the magnitude of that bug, all right? Or so they saying that it was a bug, all right? It says it remains unclear how long the ground stop will continue, although the FAA indicated that an update would be available by 5 a.m. You see? So while we were sleeping overnight here in America, other people were suffering. Okay, and I'm not going to say suffering, but they were, put in a position of not favorable, okay? They had to, have some inconvenience. Well, who cares, man? All right? That's the price of doing business here in this beast system, man. And it's only going to get worse, all right? As we go completely digital, as they usher in the mark of the beast, okay? Expect things to even get worse, all right? It says, according to Associated Press reports, Frontier Airlines also stated that its systems had been impacted by the outage on Thursday and offered refunds to affected passengers. And the passengers are the inhabitants of this land is so, entrenched with the fact that, they have to have everything their way, that when this thing completely and utterly folds and collapses, they're not going to know what to do, okay? You can look at this as a preliminary trial or a test run for when the real, shit hits the fan scenario comes to place. Because it ain't coming back online, man. Your banks ain't going to be able to give you no cash. And people going to find out in that time. You see that what? Hey, you can't buy anything. And you got your little doomsday preppers that got money set aside for such an occasion. They got gold set aside for such an occasion. That's been prepping, but that ain't gonna take them but so far, okay? And if the Lord ain't dealing with them, they're not gonna get as far as they think they're gonna get. It says, according to Microsoft Azure Cloud software status report site, service interruptions occur for some customers in the central United States around 6 p.m. And, I was wondering why the internet service that I was using was, steady saying offline. I couldn't register to know that something may be going on. Every time I cut it off and cut it back on, it would keep saying internet not connected. So, hey, I myself couldn't even put two to two together, But it's going to come a time where it's not going to be, hard to tell. You're going to see chaos completely throughout the land, okay? You're going to hear it. People are going to be panicking, all right? This was like a soft, dry test run for when the real thing comes, okay? It says, according to Microsoft Azure Cloud software status report site, service interruptions occur for some customers in the central United States around 6 p.m. And that's about the time that I started seeing, internet disruption, somewhere around 6, 7, 8. But I wasn't putting things together. I wasn't putting, the pieces of the puzzle together. I wasn't figuring that something was, up with the internet, but it was showing that, hey, there's something going on. All right. So it says this include issues with service, management operations, and connectivity or availability of services. Microsoft has identified the cause of the problem and is actively working to resolve it. A spokesperson for the company has not yet responded to a request for comment. Well, now they have said the CEO of the security system, which I believe, let me make sure the name of that company is, what is the name of this company? Give me 1 second while I look it up. CrowdStrike. So the CEO of CrowdStrike, he came up with a solution. He said that the problem was that they had a bug, okay? But the times that come, a bug is not going to be enough to keep the people at bay, okay? They're going to want answers and solutions, and that bug is going to be easily, when I say easily, I mean easily translated to a device the size of a grain of rice. That's going to be the answer then. That's going to be the solution. That's going to be the mark of the beast, okay? That microchip, all right? Now, enough talking. Let's go get a few precepts about this subject. Let's go ahead and get the precepts. We are in the book of 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter and 11th verse. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. And I did a day or two ago a video on what? Polycrisis and distractions, okay? These are all distractions that they are, occupying us with while they are steady putting their plan, their pieces of their plan together, okay? These are all distractions that they are using while they putting the last few bits of pieces of their plan together, okay? And make no mistake about it, they're just about ready to launch it, okay? So you seeing the alleged assassination attempt on the former, chief of commander, Mr. Donald Trump, and they seeing now that this bird F is looking like it's becoming more and more, possible or plausible for transmissible amongst humans. Okay, so everything is coming into effect the way they want things to be played out. All right, so lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, so we know, hey, this could very much well be it. All right, this could be the last, I'm not even going to say year, because things could pop off before the end of this year even happen. But this could be the very last time that you, as have this way of life, of normalcy, okay? You could be looking at the last few days of normalcy left before all hell breaks loose. All right? So we have to be prepared, man. This is what we've been, waiting on, okay? This is what we've been practicing and studying and building up ourselves in the faith for, okay? The Most High is getting ready to bring it. And if you ain't ready, it's going to show, okay? So lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, okay? He's not going to just come out and make it apparent for everybody to see. No, he's going to come out, do little subtle things and, sure, he's going to get blowback. But the overall agenda isn't going to be compromised enough where he's going to say, well, we got to squash it. No, he's got to move forward because why? He knows he has but a little time. All right. Revelation 12:12. So he's bringing forth this agenda one step at a time. And this was a major step right here. Okay. Along with the attempt on the former president. And then in the background, you got the bird FLU stewing, getting ready to be that pestilence. Hey, man, this is the perfect storm that this devil is brewing, okay, and bringing forth. So when it does come, and it will come, that mark of the beast is going to be sought after, okay? And you just seen it. The thing that just happened was global, showing you that what? The mark of the beast is going to be global. It's going to be made mandatory throughout the whole land, okay? Not just here in America, but throughout the whole earth. That's when Revelation 3:10 comes into effect. Because thou hast kept my patience, I will also keep thee through the hour of temptation that should, affect the whole world. Let's go there so I don't butcher it up any more than I already did. Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. You see, that's global, showing you that what? This is going to be something that impacts the whole world. Okay? And we just seen a glimpse into what it might look like. Banks are down. Airlines are down. Hospitals are down. Businesses across the world went down. This thing is going to be global. It says what? To try them that dwell upon the earth. And you're going to get tried, whether or not you are of the elect. Because if you are of the elect, you're not going to receive that mark of the beast. And if you're not of the elect, you're going to receive the mark of the beast. Okay? So that you can get back what you believe is your everyday normal life. Okay? So it's coming. Make no mistake about it. This wasn't a slip up on their behalf. Okay? This was just a glimpse into what's coming. All right? It's going to affect every sector across the board. All right? And this is what we saw. And this is what we're hearing about. And they said it would come more than likely on a Friday right before the markets close. Okay? So we still, not out of the woodworks. Anything could happen between now and, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this afternoon. Okay? So, hey, always be prepared. All right? Because it says what? You keeping the patience, which is His word, His truth, is going to pay off in the long run. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. This is Yahweh Shai speaking, okay? Yahweh Shai is going to be advocating on our behalf. While we down here, going through Jacob's trouble, we have an advocator, a mediator, and our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, all right? So, hey, get ready, man. Women, you few sisters, get ready. This is what's going down, okay? I'm gonna just put it like that. This is what's going down. The mark of the beast is coming. All right? Whether you ready or not, it's going to show and prove. All that nonsense and jibber jabber is going to go out the window. You ain't going to do this, and hey, it's going to show. Okay? It's easy to say what you're not going to do right now. The pressure ain't being turned up. But hey, when that pressure get turned up, that's when either you going to fold and bend, or that's when you going to stand bold. And hey, it ain't you that's going to stand bold. It's the Spirit that's working through you. Okay? Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. Chapter 5, and let's pick up at verse 3. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, and verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety. So we have everything. This is what they're saying. So we found out what the issue was. So we have everything back up and running. Everything is, under control. For when they shall say peace and safety, that's what the CEO of CrowdStrike said. He found out what the issue was. It's been resolved, and now things are, resuming as normal. For when they shall say peace and safety, what? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right. That's how they lure you into that false sense of security. Okay? Now you can go back to, not thinking nothing of this little incident. Well, it was an incident, it wasn't little. It happened throughout the whole earth. But, they going to play it off as nothing to, be concerned about. It says, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right. So, take it how you will. This incident showed everything it needed to show. Okay. If you allow them to write it off as just a little incident and, nothing to look out for, you're going to be deceived. Okay. You're going to be, sadly mistaken once all hell breaks loose. Okay, it might not have impacted you directly as of right now, but hey, things are going to happen where you're going to feel it. There's nobody that's going unscathed and not going to be tried through this time of Jacob's trouble. Not one person, okay, that's walking the face of the earth. You're going to feel it, okay? You're going to have to feel it, all right? Whether it's you going off into, some, isolated area where you don't deal with the city, or if you in the city, you got to deal with the, with the issues that's going on in the city, the famine, the pestilence. It's gonna be something to behold in the city, and out there in the field for you, individuals that's out there in the country. You're gonna have your issues to deal with. People coming trying to, ransack your place, trying to look for food, look for shelter. It's going, hey, you're going to feel it, man. There's no way you're going to escape, all right? That's Ezekiel 7:5. Might be 7:15. Ezekiel 7:15. It says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. So, people gonna be coming looking for, those bunkers, those, places out there in the field, in the country. And this goes into, out there in the field as well, in the battlefield. But out there in the country, you got people like, what do you call those people? Dang, I just heard it the other day. Homestead. You got people that's like doing homestead, like out there in the country, that's growing their own vegetables and plants and living off the land. Well, you're going to have people that's coming out there looking to take that, okay? With the sword. And the modern day sword is the firearm. It says, he that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence. That's going to be the prominent thing that's going on in these cities, is famine and pestilence. Why? Because you're going to have a collection of people all together in one area, fighting for the last few loaves of bread, and in doing so, spreading the pestilence, okay? The disease, whatever it is at that time. All which is going to allow for that mark of the beast to be, even more sought after. All right. So everything is working how it's supposed to work according to the Most High. All right. We, as those that are trying to make it, just have to make sure we on the right side. Okay. And how do we do that in the time that we have right now? Because the time is growing short. This is the time we have to make sure that we do the best that we can, so that when these times present themselves, we are put in the best situation that we could be put in, okay? Whether it's out there in the country, out here in the city, wherever we at, we got to make sure we not doing it, but we got to pray to the Most High Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, that he allows us to be put in the, appropriate, place, okay? Proverbs 3, 4, 5, and 6. Trust in Yahweh and lean unto him, and not unto thy own ways. We got to put our faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right? The times are growing short, man. This isn't a wake-up call, but this is just to, get you right. All right? So, hey, let's see how the day plays out, and be praying that it just get worse from this day, or that it just get worse for this country, for this place, for America, Babylon the Great, from here on out. Okay? No matter how they try to sell you that God bless the USA, the Most High ain't dealing with this place, man. He's dealing with this place as he gonna judge it. but not as far as, you know, these Egyptians would like to believe, that he's you know, that he's somehow in the midst of this place and it's going to profit and be profitable how they believe as it once was back in the past. No, those days are over with. Okay, the children of Israel have woken up. You're no longer going to, you know, get over on us, man. We know who we are. We know who our power is. We know who you are most of all. Okay, so hey, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know he got to come with it. All right, so I'm not going to drag this out anymore. Let's finish up with 1 Peter 5:8. And it says, be sober. Okay, that's what you have to do. Be sober. If you believe that this was just a one-off or something that wasn't significant, you're going to fall for whatever else they got coming down the pipe. It says, be sober. Know that there's nothing that's not happening that's not supposed to be happening, okay? Don't let them throw you off, man. They coming with all distractions and polycrisis leading up into their mark, okay? They don't have much time left, man. That 2030, 2050, that was all BS, man. That was to put you in a state of, you know, this thing will never come. But you see how fast things are speeding up with these little, you know, skirmishes, or what they call, you know, I don't want to say incidents because I said it, but I'm going to say it incidents, okay? These incidents, these, you know, things that's happening, you know, they happening leading up into they, you know, to their enterprise, all right? So be sober, be vigilant, continue to watch, all right? They putting it out there. The Most High using them to, you know, get you and show you that, you know, it's getting close. It says why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, okay? He wants you in that perpetual state of fear, all right? So when all hell breaks loose, you're going to, you know, not think clearly and fall right into his hands, okay? But what does this say? Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. This word is what's going to keep us stable, okay? When otherwise we would be shaky. We wouldn't be able to be sober. But this word, this truth, this knowledge, this wisdom is what's allowing us to be stable and bring that stableness, that sound mind into a world which is going to be filled with noise, okay? When Jacob's trouble hit, it's going to be complete mayhem and chaos out there. But this wisdom, this knowledge, is going to allow us to be stable, okay? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And what does this say? The Most High did not give us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. Okay? You're not going to get a sound mind anywhere else outside of this truth. Trust and believe that. You're not going to have a sound mind for what's coming without this truth, all right? So with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.